go right ahead and get into the betting odds for tonight's game. And like I said before, we're going to focus on the Lakers matchup against the Timberwolves because obviously I feel like that's going to be the matchup that a lot of people are going to want to see. LeBron James, I mean, obviously everybody wants to see LeBron. And I'm not saying that the Boston Celtics matchup against the Knicks isn't going to have people watching, but still, like, I feel like in the end, the Lakers are going to get much more attention in their opening night as opposed to whatever the result of the Knicks and the Celtics game is. Excuse me. So, obviously, the Timberwolves, they're going to play against LA in this opening game. Do I have? No, I don't have Anthony Edwards. That's unfortunate. Now, Minnesota, they made it far into the postseason last year, I'm sure as all of you guys know, but they couldn't get past that final mountain, which was Luka Doncic, and make it all the way to the finals. Now, the Timberwolves, they finished third in the Northwest Division and in the Western Conference, and they were 26-15 on the road last season. Now, the Lakers, they were 7th in the West, and they were also third, but in the Pacific Division, and they were 28-14 on their home court. So, the Lakers have also ruled out Jared Vanderbilt with a foot injury, Christian Wood with a knee injury, and Christian Koloko, who is under some reconditioning. Now, Minnesota is going to begin their year with a clean injury report. And that's sort of important to understand because it's like, while the Lakers could potentially end up getting a little bit better as the season progresses when they acquire Christian Wood, Jared Vanderbilt. I'm not saying that Jared Vanderbilt and Christian Wood are obvious and clear-cut game changers, but depending on how they play on every given night, then they could be. But again, those players tend to be a little bit more inconsistent than you would like. But with Minnesota, they already have everybody healthy. So wherever they're at is probably where they're going to stay at, assuming Anthony Edwards doesn't just go off for like 32 points or averages 32 points in the season. Like, that's not to mention Julius Randle, who I think is more or less like a lesser version than Karl Anthony Towns, honestly. Like, the trade between those two teams was rather confusing, especially on the Timberwolves side, because again, like Karl Anthony Towns, he's been there since the beginning, and yeah, it's really just like a little bit of an odd trade. Now, let's go ahead and look at the betting odds that we have now. So, the over and under for total points scored is 220.5 points, and down 4 points from the opener. And before making any Timberwolves and Lakers picks, you'd probably want to see some predictions from the computer model from Sportsline. So the Sportsline projection model simulates that every NBA game 10,000 times and has returned well over $10,000 in betting profit for $100 players on its top-rated NBA picks over the past 6 seasons. And the model ended in the 2023-2024 season on a 94-61 roll on all top-rated NBA picks, returning more than $2,800 in the process. Now, anybody that follows sports books and on betting apps, they see huge returns most of the time. So the model has set its sights on the Timberwolves versus the Lakers. And here are the results and the betting lines. So Timberwolves versus Lakers and their spread. So Minnesota's expected to win by about over 2 points. They are a minus 1.5 favorite. So they expect the game to be close. Now, the Timberwolves versus the Lakers over and under is going to be 220.5 points, The money line for the Timberwolves versus the Lakers, Minnesota is expected to have a minus 115 chance of winning the game. And then the Lakers, they're expected to have a minus 104 chance of winning the game. Now, Timberwolves have also won 32 of their last 47 away games. So, that's 17 plus units on their money line, and the Lakers have won 25 of their last 39 games, which is resulting to 20 plus units on the money line. Timberwolves versus Lakers picks. Let me just go ahead and open up the app real quick just to see exactly where the odds are and what the model exactly picks. Let me just go ahead. So, according to the model, they project that the Timberwolves are going to end up winning this game, and that the spread hit on nearly 60% of its simulations. So that's a little thing. That's a thing that you guys should know. And 60% on the simulations, according to the app, the Sportsline app, the game is going to cover the spread. So if you guys want to bet on the spread, then you should take that into account. Now, going over why the Timberwolves can cover, helping lead the offense is a shooting guard named Anthony Edwards, obviously, and he's averaged 25 points per game in 79 games, including 78 starts, and he also averaged 5 rebounds along with 5 assists as well. And not only that, they also expect Julius Randle is going to be a pretty significant impact for the team in this opening game, and that's why they feel like the Timberwolves are going to end up covering the spread. But a reason why the Lakers could cover the spread is because LeBron James. That's really the big reason. LeBron and Anthony Davis, the two players that are most likely going to help cover that spread. Now, how to make these picks, what you should be thinking of. So just visit Sportsline now, and you could see which side of the Lakers-Timberwolves spread you need to jump on, all from the model that was on a 94-61 roll on top-rated NBA picks in the last season. But again, they predicted that the Timberwolves are going to end up covering the spread. And I wouldn't really be surprised at that. While I don't think the Timberwolves improved their roster, I also know that the Lakers did not improve their roster at all. The Timberwolves, they may have gotten a little bit worse, but I don't think it's still enough to beat the I don't think it's enough. Excuse me, I messed that up. So they improved on their roster. They did not improve on their roster, excuse me. But in the end, I still think the roster that they have is enough to win in this game against the Lakers. And in between the Knicks and the Celtics, I think the Celtics are easy favorites, especially since they're playing at home. And really, the big thing, the one thing that I know is going to be, I wouldn't bet on this game just because I have no idea exactly what would happen. But it's been ruled that the 76ers, right, they are not going to play Paul George or Joel Embiid in opening night. And they match up against the Bucks. This game's not happening today. This game's happening tomorrow. So the fact that 76ers, they aren't starting their two best players, I don't feel confident in picking the 76ers to win, despite the fact that they're playing at home. And, Tyrese Maxey is still going to be available in this game, but again, that's really going to be that's going to be a close one. But that's just food for thought for any of you guys who are interested in the other games that are opening night. I don't have time to go over every single one of those games. But again, all of these, the specific one that I wanted to bring up was the Bucks going up against the 76ers. So we are out of time for this first segment. So now we will go ahead and go into the second segment where I talk about some bold predictions for this season. So I'll be right back after this short break. Be sure to stay tuned.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown, get in my way and to be put down. It ain't your place, all this my town. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now. I'm losing it, the noose it fits, some losing shit, a stupid myth. You choose to live or choose to dip, you choose to fight or lose your grip and lose a gift. Oh, I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody